afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for May 15th, Friday, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Couple things. Remember, we have the Time for Change call tonight. Actually, we don't have the Time for Change call, excuse me. It's Wednesday, next Wednesday, of course. We have the Tradera call tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, family gathering for everyone. So make sure you put that down in your books. Also, we're going to have a exclusive, we're going to discuss all health, an all health call for regenerating, rejuvenating across the board, what we have available, what's coming, and what you can really sink your teeth into. We haven't done one of those because we've been compiling and testing things and seeing if, the claims of certain stuff is real or it's just crap. So we're ready to share some things with everybody. Now, in today's meditation, how many of us resist our life? How many of us resist our life? And what I mean by that is how often do we fight ourselves? Do we pull against ourselves? How often do we do that? I think the majority of us do at any one time, shape, or form. It just depends. I think that we do it a lot. And what this does is it just creates more suffering. For us, it really does. It causes stress, disenchantment, and irritation. And at the same time, we're trying to find this bliss that we think exists somewhere out there. And when we decide for ourselves, each of us, that we surrender completely without reserve and just let go and let everything flow. I believe that the best formula of practice for all of us is no attachments and no expectations and going with the flow. Downstream thinking. Downstream thinking means that you're not fighting anything, that you're not trying to battle yourself. A lot of the times we're hard on ourselves, we're not gentle, we're not kind. Sometimes we have conversations with ourselves that aren't pleasant. And that's upstream thinking. Upstream thinking causes us to scrape and peel and, care and rip against that current, going against the current upstream. And it doesn't make any sense. But it is how we've been trained and taught for many millennia. So, but that's the switch that we begin to realize. Why wouldn't I go downstream? Why wouldn't I have downstream thinking on everything? You go with the flow of the current, and you don't fight anything. You're not fighting anything. And you have the confidence in the heart-mind. You really don't have this predisposed, pre-planned structure through the ego mind that, this way, this is going to be 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 this way. You just let it go, because when you do that, the God within you, the pure consciousness, and the universe, which is one and the same, connected, delivers everything, non-stop. It is only when we, again, shift gears and we go upstream thinking. We fight it. Fight ourselves. The ego kicks in. And I really do get a kick out of people that, oh, no, I don't let my ego get me. I don't take things personally, and I don't do this. But guess what? They end up doing the opposite. They literally swear to themselves that they don't let these things get to them. They don't let no, I've changed. I don't do that anymore. And yet they do more of it. And what is that? What causes that? What is it with us, within us, that we create that? It's basically ignoring the God within and embracing the ego mind. That's exactly what it is. We ignore our pure consciousness and we embrace the ego mind, which never is satisfied and has no structure and flails around in every direction, is constantly wanting more, whether it's more anger, more fear, more frustration. And it literally projects thoughts that aren't ours incessantly 24/7. So, you can see where a lot of us fall and we are seduced by that. And so that's why we take these different directions and make these different decisions and view certain things from a disjointed perspective, not a clear one, not a balanced one. And none of us are exempt from it. We all do it. But it is totally withdraw from the make-believe world, this matrix, and go within, because that understanding and relaxing with that really does afford each of us endless prosperity, abundance, happiness, well-being, goodness, because guess what? We're not stressing the body when we do that. That goes hand in hand. The more we fight, the more we stress our bodies. It's amazing. And when we take things from a perspective, it could be a tonal quality in a voice. It could be just how you perceive things. And you absorb them, when it means personally, you take them for reality, that it is an affront to yourself, and you become angry, defensive, frustrated, and you attack outward. And it's just a learning process for all of us. Are constantly learning from each other. We never stop. And that's a wonderful thing, because we're always, when we're clear, when we have surrendered for the most part, and we embrace the God within, our pure consciousness, we are not in that realm, that existence, so to speak. We're not participating in it. And we're not motivated to, how do we put it? We're not motivated to engage it, to entertain it. Why would we? Okay? Because what it does is it pulls us into negativity realm. It pulls us into lower vibrational frequencies. It affects us 24/7. We begin to bash ourselves, criticize ourselves. Some severe, some lightly. It just depends on where we are. So when we, each of us, understand fully and act upon it, that the bliss is our being, it's our natural state of being, that it is with us all the time. It isn't outside. It's not something that's going to motivate it, okay? It's with us all the time. That's part of the surrender. That's part when we decide to surrender to the God within, to the pure consciousness. And we don't, the surface that faces us is not obstructive, okay? It literally vaporizes. It's eliminated. And I think a lot of people will view, well, you're just going with the flow, and, you have no expectations and no attachments. And a lot of people go, how can you do that? How can you do that? How can you just go with the flow and not really care? It's not about not caring. See, I guess it gets a little twisted with people. It is about knowing. It is literally about knowing. When you reveal your true power with yourself, you begin to realize it's the knowing and the acting out the knowing. You can know something, but do nothing. But if you know something and you act upon the knowing, which means you practice the knowing, so that you get to a point where you literally can be in bliss 24/7. That doesn't mean you're jumping around, skipping, and singing all the time. It just means that you, in your own way, exist with your bliss. And bliss is just a free, flowing, wonderful ease, relaxation, confidence through the heart-mind flow. So you look at things from a whole different perspective while you're in the body. You say, wow, this is great. And some people say, how can you say it's great? How can you say you're grateful for it? It's crap. You get this going on. No, it's how you perceive things. Because we're learning every single second about so many things. When we turn on ourselves is when we get angry with ourselves. That's where we start practicing obstruction of the natural flow that we are the universe and the pure consciousness. We become obstructionists. We block. We stop. We end forward movement with ourselves. Now, some of us aren't really aware of it. Does that make people bad? Heck no. No, not at all. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the fact that parts of us, other ones around us, we're seeing certain avenues, fringes. If you take a piece of clothing and it's long, and at the hem of it, it gets worn and it frays, and those frayed threads hang down, and they collect dirt, whatever, and they can become heavy. And that's what we're talking about. The fringes of ourselves are reflected in others. And those fringes can be fixed or eliminated. You can take a shears and clip those fringes off. You can turn under the hem, and you can stitch it, and it's like new. And those frayed edges are from us literally on a continual basis pummeling ourselves, whether we do it consciously or unconsciously. Relentless. Why did I do this and this? And how come my life is like this? And why is my relationship? I mean, it goes on and on and on. And none of us are exempt from it. And so when we decide, each of us, to embrace this pureness, this consciousness, this universe, then things here in this existence, in this body, become minuscule. I'm not saying they're not important, some of them. I'm saying they become minuscule. They're brief sparks of experience and interaction and enjoyment. See? So we lay the groundwork for ourselves, and we're just flowing right along. You see all these people on the bank of the river, and you're waving at them. You had no worries. You're smiling from ear to ear, and you haven't a care in the world because you know, and you're acting on your knowing, that everything that you could possibly desire is on its way. And you move into the understanding that you're already enjoying it, even as it has not appeared. You do this just with yourself. It has nothing, we don't embrace the ego outwardly to, go with people and look at me and, la-di-da. We don't do that. We just stay within ourselves and enjoy ourselves. And people pick up on that frequency, that energy. And they feel good. And you'll notice it. And they want to be around you. Because it's a draw, it's a positive frequency, and they have it. It's not like they're lacking in it. They have it, but they haven't opened it up. So, that's why if you've ever, you get around certain frequencies with people, and it's wonderful. They're not down in the mouth. They aren't complaining about, I don't have this, I wish I had this, and, my life is such a challenge, and things are so bad, and, I feel so horrible. I'm always tired. I don't know why I'm tired. I have a lot of pain. And you know what that does? It literally begins to generate more and more and more. So we load ourselves down to the point where we can't move. It's like we're so burdened ourselves with all of these frequencies of lower survival matter frequencies. And a lot of us will do it in any time, shape, or form in this life, this existence. We're not exempt from it. But we learn to literally move out of it. Because we start and we begin and we know and we act. We move out of it. Why would I desire to be in this misery that I create for myself? I wouldn't. But yet, that ego mind is very, very, very tricky, very slick. It can come in when you have no clue that it's in. And it can make you think, I'm operating through my heart mind, I'm fine. I'm through the love that I am, so I don't know. But yet, you are. And it is a constant. It's a constant. And it's a constant learning for us if we choose to learn. But some of us will just ignore it. We just ignore it and ignore it and ignore it. And I go away. Go away. I'll just lift the carpet up, shove it underneath there, or put it in the closet. It'll go away. It'll go away. But it doesn't. It just, as we know, it just accumulates and accumulates and accumulates. It's never ending. So all of this, as powerful as we are, as fast as we are, you can see what can happen. That can be, that power, if we use it wrongly against ourselves, can be one heck of a battle. An endless battle. Some people will battle themselves right until the body can no longer sustain the God. And that's just basically, that's what a lot of us do. Rather, we have choice. We all have choices. We always have, and we always will have choices with ourselves. And what direction do we take? How are we? How do we operate? Do we embrace spiritual experiences? Do we? Do we do that? Do we embrace spiritual experiences? Do we celebrate who we truly are? Do we do that? every day, every second that we can. We lay the foundation every second of our existence. Only we lay it. No one's going to lay it for you, period. Only you lay the foundation. Only you celebrate and praise your life. Consciousness, your consciousness, is feared by many. It is the invisible but essential ingredient that is feared by all science, by everything. And this is the very essence of what we are, pure consciousness. It is what moves energy into form. It is what guides us, decides, creates every step of the way. So imagine you're a powerful, super omnipotent supreme being. And you're that powerful to eventually end up creating a universe. And imagine what happens when you take that power, and I don't think knowingly, but you turn it against yourself. Can you visualize that? Can you visualize, well, so many of us in these bodies experience such horrendous challenges because it's the power that we are. Now, when we flow with that consciousness, when we have no expectations and no attachments, and we just lovingly go with the flow of what we are, pure consciousness, the creation of all creations, existence, infinity, never ending. We just flow with it because everywhere is abundance, is prosperity, is well-being, is magnificent health, wonderful health, is happiness and joy. All of it is everywhere. But can you imagine this just for a moment? In your heart minds, visualize this. You have this big, huge wall that surrounds all the way around you, above you, below you, and all of this flow of the universe, this absolute divine existence of prosperity, abundance, goodness, everything is stopped. And you are totally cocooned from it coming to you. Now, it's everywhere, understand, okay? It's not just a little bit just coming to you. It's for all of us. And it's endless. We create that flow throughout existence. Those who walked before us, millions and millions of years ago, who created this universe that we're currently in, went with their consciousness. They went with the flow. They didn't argue it. They didn't analyze it. They just absorbed into it. They accepted with open heart and deep eternal love and gratitude that they are consciousness. You see, when we're in these bodies, we're separated from the consciousness. We're trained not to explore our consciousness, our God, our kingdom of God, our heaven. All these labels, and it all boils down to pure consciousness. And that's what we are. And that's what's housed in each and every one of us. And that pure consciousness is one. It is everything. It is all of us. So we are eternally connected. We are part of the one. We are the one. If you're part of the one, you are the one. So you visualize that, and you make the decision. You decide. I no longer am going to fight the pure consciousness that I am. It doesn't make any sense to me. Surrender to your pure consciousness. It is within you. It is what you are. And everything that you could possibly desire will begin to come in to you. And it won't be batted away, and it won't be restricted, and it won't be obstructed. It'll just be the natural flow. If you, when you decide to go with the flow, the natural flow of what you truly are, pure consciousness, then nothing stops all of this that we have created throughout existence for ourselves and all life, all existence, to enjoy our journeys endlessly, to learn and experience as we continue to create and to move energy into form. To enjoy it, all of it, not just a tad here and a tad there, all of it. And none of us are undeserving. That's silly. We are all in a natural state of being when we embrace our pure consciousness. We just surrender. I'm pure consciousness. I'm housed in this construct, this body. It houses me to experience in physical existence. Pure, that's it. So I can taste, and I can touch, and I can feel, and I can laugh, and I can smile, and I can cry. So I can experience all these things. And they're wonderful. And I celebrate it. And I surrender to the pure consciousness that I am. That's what that means. You surrender to it. You're not giving away your power or making yourself vulnerable or being weak, giving up. Those are all misconceptions, and those are all ego mind interferences. To surrender to the pure consciousness, the God, the kingdom of God, the heaven within you, is to just let it go. And to know and act upon the knowing that that's what you are. So when you'll know, you will feel it in the heart mind. The vibrational frequency will be phenomenal. And you will know this. And then you will allow yourself to celebrate every second. You'll shift completely into a new existence. That's like being in 5D, like the majority of us are, but still being drawn to 3D. You see? Because you habitualize the fact that no, 3D, and some of us have a difficult time of completely moving into 5D. Then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, then 10, and so on and so forth. It's kind of like stopping off on a road trip and having a nice meal and relaxing for a couple hours. You're in no hurry. You're not planning anything. You're just flowing with your pure consciousness. And you're enjoying every second. You're celebrating every second of your existence with complete joy, with uninterruption, and you're not obstructing yourself. So that's what that is. You surrender. Oh, we got to get here. We got to do this. We got to get this. And that just attracts more and more and more of the hurriedness and the helter-skelter type stuff. But why? Why? What's going to happen? What is the fear? To just let it go and embrace the pure consciousness that you are. Celebrate the pure consciousness that you are, and I can guarantee you, if you do it through the heart mind, and you really act upon the knowing of it, then all the things that have been stopping you, so to speak, obstructing you, which is yourself, end. It ends. You become the master to the point of understanding that I know the ego mind. I know that I step in my way, and I act upon not doing that, to surrender to the pure consciousness that I am. And when I do that, all the things that I have aspired to attract, but blocked, now are unobstructed. Can you imagine that? That all the things that you have ever desired are unobstructed. It has nothing to do with what's going on around you. Zero. Absolute zero of what's going on around you in this world, this matrix. It's a distraction. Okay? When we fully come into tune with the gods that we are, the pure consciousness, we will then make a massive leap forward on our journey to realizing that when we finally embrace, and we have literally absorbed countless experiences, we will then create a universe. And that's just one of us. One of us. One of us. And we're all part of the one. And we are the one. The ultimate, supreme being of creation. And yes, they do exist. Are they any different than us? No. So, in this meditation, surrender to the pure consciousness that you are. Surrender to it. Openly, freely, permanently. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do, relax our bodies. Drop our shoulders. Kind of like vacuum away anything we picked up, any thoughts, any stresses, any frustrations, any fears, and let them go. If you can visualize this, you have two pockets full of stuff, right? And they're so full that they bother you when you walk. And picture that as the stress in your body. You know, and all of your pockets, you've got back pockets and front pockets. They're full and heavy. And so when you sit down, it hurts, right? And then when you walk, it weighs you down. And think about that. Visualize it. And then you dump it all out. And you're light as a feather. And nothing hurts. You can sit down and relax and be at ease. Because you don't have this literally gouging into you and bugging you and irritating you and frustrating you and causing anger and confusion and fear. They're gone. It's gone. You've dumped it out. So this is how, and then the body responds. Body, let's relax. You know, how are we doing? How are you doing? How do you feel? And so let's relax. So body, I want you to relax. I just want you to just totally let go of everything, and I'll do the same. And so you merge. And the way to visualize this is probably one of the best ways, because when you relax the body, you move into the now. The now is all we have, and you still the mind. By moving into the now, relaxing the body, moving into the now, you still the mind, the ego mind, the subconscious mind. The chatter disappears. What is that like? It's like being in a hammock between two beautiful trees, and you've got a light breeze. It's not cold, it's not hot. You have leaves rustling. You can hear them. Your eyes are closed. You're in a supine position. You're totally at ease. You're totally in the flow of your God, your pure consciousness. You have not a care in the world. You're not thinking about the past. You're not thinking about the future. You're just being, which means you're in total nowness. And you're completely serene. You can hear some things off in the distance. Maybe someone mowing their lawn, or a dog barking, or kids playing, or barbecue smoke. But it's not in your face. It's off in the distance. And actually, these are even more, these sounds, because they're so quiet sounds, you become more at ease, and you can't move, and you have no interest of moving or turning or anything. You are in complete peace. You are in bliss. You're in the now. Your body is relaxed. Your mind has been stilled, so you've left it alone. That is surrendering to the consciousness, pure consciousness that you are. That's what that feel is. That's what you experience, not just briefly, but all the time. So as you navigate this life, imagine being in that existence, always, celebrating every step, celebrating every breath, celebrating the pure consciousness, the God, the kingdom of God that you are, without interruption. Hence, going with the flow. No expectations, no attachments. That's about the best depiction that you can visualize is that hammock and how you are. And everything flows to you, through you, around you, above you, and below you. Now, in the now, we also want to breathe. And our breath is phenomenal. So we focus on our breath, and that keeps us in the now. People say, well, how do you know if you're in the now? You concentrate on your breathing, you're going to automatically be in the now. It doesn't mean you're sitting there talking with people and you go, oh, wait a minute, everybody be quiet, I got to concentrate on my breathing. They don't mean that. You're consciously aware of your breath. So, as we breath in, we want to do this about 6 times while I'm talking. We breath in through the nose, very easy, nice breath in, and then we breath out through the mouth. Now, as we breath in, visualize this. We take the breath through the sacral chakra. Sacral chakra is a groin area. And as we do this, we go through the sacral chakra, we bring the breath in. And we look at the 7 chakras. We move up through the chakras, that breath, the center of the body. You can feel your muscles pulling it through as we go through the sacral. The different colors of the chakras, the sacral, which is red, your abdomen, stomach, which is orange. A lot of people can understand this so much clearer by explaining it this way. And then we go up further to the yellow chakra, just above the lower abdomen. And then we go to the green chakra, which is the heart. And we go to the blue. Feel and see and visualize as you pull that air that you breath in up to the throat chakra, which is blue, and then up to the third eye chakra, which is more violet, blue, and then, of course, to the massive crown chakra, which is different shades of violet, purple, white. And this breath is pulled up through the body. And then that breath, you contain it. You hold it just briefly. I am light, I am love, I am. Just briefly. And then you, while that brief moment, you condense it into pure liquid energy, frequency. And as you do this, you release it as it is in the back of the head, over the brain. You release it onto the pineal gland. And the pineal gland is our gateway to the particles of existence, and it's our gateway to our pure consciousness, and it is our gateway to beyond. So it's important. And from a prune, from almost a rosebud to a fully bloomed rose, as we continue to release this pure energy, frequency, liquid, and we literally bathe the pineal gland, saturate it, flood it in this pure liquid energy. We want to do this at least 6 times. So visualize that. Now we know that we have the ego mind standing there trying to convince us otherwise and to obstruct us and to stop us, which is us, stopping ourselves, making comments, little doubts, fears coming in, to stop us from discovering our true identity, which is pure consciousness. So we dismiss that. Lovingly say that, ego mind, hello, but you're not in charge here. I am. Please take a seat. It's practice, 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 practice. And then it becomes automatic, and the ego mind starts to realize that you are not going to give ground, that you are in charge. And it will acknowledge this eventually, and then you will not have its incessant approach of controlling you. So, we're in the heart mind. We know that we are the God. Within us is pure consciousness, the God, source creation, soul, spirit, all of it. Pure consciousness. So, we are also consciously aware that we are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. And the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. And we have others with us right now. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, and the archetypes. All of the angels, civilization, that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. They're consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. They're with us all the time. They'll show up in a humanoid form at times, and if we're receptive and we're going with the flow, we pick up immediately. It's a message. And so they give us a message. And it's really wonderful. And many can take up a small amount of space because of their frequency. So you can have 50, 60,000 surround you at any one time. And talk about bliss. And we have the Ascended Masters. These Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Hell, Thoth, many, many, many. These are those who have literally ascended out of body and hold God form. What is that? Pure consciousness. It's what it is. This is why some of them can choose to, for a brief time, can come into physical form to convey or communicate and then leave at will without disrupting the inhabitant of that physical vessel. They are with us because they choose to be with us and they choose to help us. They can't be away from us because they're part of us. one. Same with the archangels. We're all one. Just different aspects, different perspectives of the one. And they're consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest, deepest, eternal gratitude. We have ascended into body. What are we doing? Pure consciousness in body so that we can experience physical form, physical things. It's quite fun. So all of us are here, and we form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, in this meditation. And we are the light. It's a high frequency. It's such a high frequency of deep eternal love and gratitude that it emits this depth of brilliant light, expansive, intense, nothing like you would see here on this planet Earth. And it is so bright that it literally dims the sun in this solar system. It grays out the darkness of space. And it literally lights up everything. So you don't see physical form or image, you just see the light, the ring, this halo, the circle. And we begin to levitate up, arm in arm, hand in hand. And as we do, we come into a gossamer field. Gossamer meaning that you can kind of see through it. You can see shadows and movements, and it's kind of like a mist, and it's filled with these vibrant, cascading, beautiful colors, like just massive glittering and sparkling, like billions and trillions of fireflies, lightning bugs with multiple colors. And as we do, and as we navigate up, there is the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is the column that reminds us that we are the power of healing. Then we have the white fire. The white fire is our armor. And then we have, that's the column that reminds us that the white fire is our armor. We have the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael, which also is a column that reminds us of our power, our strength, and our resolve. Now we choose all the time, whether conscious or unconscious. If you aren't in the flow of your pure consciousness, then you will have the propensity to choose to attract lower vibrational survival matter frequencies or lower dark matter frequencies. And as you do that, you lower your field, your frequency, your vibration. And as you do that, they can come in, those lower frequencies. So your fire, your white fire is diminished. But yet, we have the purple transmuting flame, which is a column that reminds us at any time if we do find ourselves in that situation or that experience, we bring in the purple transmuting flame. And it immediately transmutes all of those low vibrational frequencies that we have brought into ourselves, into neutral light substance, and it is literally shot back into the pure consciousness, and it is no more. Then we have the violet ray. This is a column that reminds us that we bring it right in behind the purple transmuting flame, and we purify and cleanse that area, and it lifts that vibrational frequency back up to the highest high of deep eternal love and gratitude, thereby restoring our fire, our white fire field armor. And then we continue with our journey in pure consciousness, no attachments, no expectations, and going with the flow. Downstream thinking, not upstream. We have the golden, white, pink light. What is this? What is this? This is the column that reminds us that we are the love. This is the column that reminds us that we are the God. We are the heaven. We are the one. We are pure consciousness. We are in training to eventually be universe creators. Phenomenal. And we embrace our pure consciousness, and we go with the flow. Now, as we continue to levitate up, we see this massive column it's bigger than the solar system, and this column is like a prism of trillions of different vibrant colors and reflections. And at the very top of it, all the way around, is a constant, it's an ocean flowing, cascading around, saturating and flooding and bathing everything. And this golden ocean from this massive tower, this column that we've created, is a pure consciousness, which is deep, eternal love and gratitude. And it holds no expectations. It holds no attachments. And it just flows. And all of us, each of us, in our drop of that golden liquid, hold its entire essence. We hold the essence of this universe, of all universes, of all things, in each and every one of us. So those of us in physical form step outside our bodies. We hover effortlessly above our bodies, and we call out to all the light energy beings that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude, and join us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the Gugaplexes, arm in arm, hand in hand. Their gods with our gods with theirs. One Gugaplex fills this universe. They come in the trillions, from every direction. And they're with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we all are the one. We all are the God. And we all are the love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth, all of these civilizations, many, many, many of them. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude, and join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, and they come. arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all the one. And we are all the love. And we are all the God. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, just to name a fraction of our familiarity with the many, many, many civilizations: the Arcturians, Andromedans, Syrians, the Adians, Feline, Avian, the Golden Pyramid, the insectoids, the Zeta Reticuli, all of them, and many, many, many more, and only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest of deepest eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They have assisted us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all the one. We are all the God, the pure consciousness. We are all the love. And our God light energy continues to intensify and continues to expand, and it is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we have inhabited. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest of deepest eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. And they are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all the one. And we are all the God. And we are all the love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on, in, above, and below this planet Earth Gaia in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest eternal love and from the highest, deepest eternal love and from the highest and deepest eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Just to name a fraction of them. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. Many, many, many more. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the trillions, shapes, colors, sizes, configurations, and forms, of which many we have never ever seen before. Arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we all are the one. And we all are the God. And we all are the one. The love. The pure consciousness. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. It's at center circle. We all created this sphere over 2 years ago. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion, eternal movement and application in high vibrational lifting frequencies, transforming, enlightening, expanding. Over 800 of these meditations, and each day we add one more. And every day, millions repeat these meditations over and over again. And it continues to intensify. And it continues to expand. That's why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify and continues to expand. It floods all things. It saturates and bathes all of us, this entire solar system, this entire galaxy. It cascades out. It fills this entire universe. You can feel it. You can feel the vibrational frequency of your physical body, of your etheric body, your pure consciousness. This is all one. It is all for us to understand that we surrender to our pure consciousness, which is the God, which is Source Creator, which is Mother, Father, God, which is Prime Source Creator, God, which is everything. Pure consciousness, flowing endlessly, eternally, with all the abundance, all the love, all the joy, all the bliss, all the happiness, all the peace, all of the gentleness, all of the kindness, generosity, humbleness, tranquility, and benevolence, everywhere. Feel it's flooding you. It's a reminder of your pure consciousness within, your kingdom of God, your heaven. And you surrender to that which you are. You surrender to the pure consciousness that you are. You have no expectations. You have no attachments. You go with the flow, downstream thinking. We look down upon this planet Earth, Gaia. In this meditation, this circle of light, we see all of our brothers and sisters. Not only do we see them, we experience them. They are one with us. All life, the highest value in the universes. And it too is being flooded as we are, saturated as we are, bathed as we are, in the pure consciousness of the One, each and every one of us, as we continue to lift, levitate, and continue to perfect, experience, and expand, and continue to embrace our true consciousness. I'll join you in the meditation, and I will return to close us out. deep breaths. Exhale. Slowly, easily. Move slowly. Ease back in. Keep your eyes closed. Remember that you are pure consciousness. That you have no expectations, you have no attachments, and you are just flowing. You're going with the flow, downstream thinking, and you're at ease, and you have surrendered to your pure consciousness. You choose to stay in this knowing and continually act upon it. And the universe will open up to you in ways that you could not possibly see. We will be back here May 16th, 2020, Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.